Hello, welcome. And this is the full moon energy update and forecast and the gateway to the Aquarian age and Aquarius season. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. But in this live stream, we're going to talk about the energies of this full moon, 5 things that we need to know about the energy so that we can be prepared and utilize this to the best of our advantage for our spiritual lives as well as our day-to-day lives. I've got some divination cards and some exercises that are good or conducive for this time. So anyway, welcome everybody. Let me turn the pings off for a second. Guys, I don't have any water with me, so I'll have to tough it out without water. But we're not going to be on super long tonight. So let me say a few quick hellos, and we're going to just dive right on in. And Michael, Brooke, Lisa, Unspoken, Heart, Yvonne, Yolanda, and Roseanne. You're the only ones that have commented, the only ones that are on so far. But I think people are going to be finding us as they get their notifications and everything. So hello, Millie. Good evening. And hello, Karen. Okay, people are indeed finding us. Hello, Rose. All right. So, anyways, I forgot when the hey Van. I forgot when and hello Masri. I forgot when the 11th day of the moon was. I think that was a couple of days ago. But we're in this full moon energy now, so that starts on the 11th day. And according to my yogic practices, that's when our glandular systems and our bodies reset for the higher energy to the full moon. So we're in that now, and I'll explain, a few things about the astrology, then go into the 5 things we need to know, and then a few fun little things with that. And thank you, Yolanda, for reminding us to hit the like button, and I will like you for that. Hello, Jen. Hello, Erica. All right. So I've been on 2 minutes. I think it's time to get going then. So people are getting their notifications, or they will. So anyways, welcome. So I'm reading a lot from my notes. So basically, so the Aquarian portal, that's kind of like I was getting ready to do some notes about this, and that's what I heard, that this full moon is the gateway to the Aquarian portal. So what's the Aquarian age about? It's about more community. It's about evolution, revolution, higher mind, new earth, ascension, evolution. So this full moon, from what I'm seeing, is going to really catalyze that tipping point. We're oh so close right now. According to the master teachers, the guides I work with, we have the collective quantum leap from around August to around November. So there's a shift in vibrational frequencies amongst the collective, but then it takes time for that to settle into the physical, and more people get it, and you start to see more people awakening. You start to see people that aren't so awakened starting to seem a little bit more spiritual. Start to even see through the politics a little bit of hope and a little bit of glimmer of consciousness in an arena that tends to be very non-conscious. I'll put it that way. So we've got kind of that energy going on, and we did the January psychic forecast a little while ago. It was a live stream. The first thing that I said, that and the 2025 forecast, as well as the seasonal winter forecast, that once January hits, things are going to happen really fast. It's going to be really explosive. So what's happened? Well, we had the incident in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. We had horrible fires in California. And let's please send some prayers out to them, and to the LA area and everywhere around the world that's suffering. So that happened. Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, stepping down. Strange fog. So in the first 10 days, it's been really active. And then we have had a lot of Trumpisms, so to speak. And the other thing that I mentioned, that the polarization and all the energy around that is going to really intensify leading up to the inauguration, which I still think is going to be on time. So we'll see if it works out that way, and beyond. So it's all part of this Aquarian energy. So hopefully those of you that have been watching these, that we helped you to prepare emotionally for these quick changes that are happening in early January, because we're in it right now. So this full moon, excuse me. So the moon, so Pauline's saying the moon just went void. Of course, it's yeah, I knew that. So, but even though it's void, of course, it's not a long void, of course. So I think the void, of course, is that's when the moon reaches the last sign, the last aspect of a given sign. I think are a lot more. I don't want to say difficult. It's just a little bit more laid back. It's almost like it gets quieter. It's more of a time to go within, basically. But I think we go into moon in what sign is next? Moon in Cancer. Yeah, I think that happens. What 11 or 12 or something. But anyway, so that golden age starting. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of shifting that has to happen before we're there, but it's really palpable, right? To really feel that. So the full moon is going to be on January 13th. If you live in Eastern Europe, Middle East, Africa, Australia, it's actually on the 14th for you. But here in the East Coast of the United States is 5:27 p.m. on the 24th of on the 13th of January at 24 degrees Cancer. So I look at the numerology too. The degree point speaks to me, as well as the universal numerological day. We're in a universal number 5 day, 14. Number 5 in numerology is about freedom. So even though it's Mercury ruled, that's very Aquarian energy, basically, and things tend to happen quickly. So that's the energy. So the energy of the full moon is going to last throughout the lunar cycle and beyond. And it kind of gives us an idea of where we're at. Because when the moon is full, firstly, the gravitational force between the moon, earth, and sun is at its strongest. The moon energy is at its strongest. And there's new transmissions, like new spiritual messages or downloads that are available that are stronger during that time. So universal 5 day, 24 reduces to 6. With the number 24, that's a lot of that's about integrity also, and honesty and things like that. And 5 can also be about communication and healing. So we have these energies working with us. Now, Sun's trining Uranus. So that's very Aquarian, because Uranus is the ruling sign of Aquarius. Pluto's at about 1 degree Aquarius now. It's not going to go back into Capricorn. So we're really in that Aquarian vibe, in that Aquarian energy. Let me see. So I have a few notes, obviously, because I keep looking down. But higher wisdom, higher mind reveals secrets. And also with the Venus-Jupiter square, that brings higher justice into play. So that's interesting, because a lot of what's happening is that a lot's getting exposed around the world in the politics. So that's a good thing. Mars and Neptune are trining, reveals secrets, because Neptune's about illusions and delusion. Mars is energy and action. Sun opposes Mars, increases aggression. So we may see a little bit of that, but you may see that in your own personal lives also. So this is kind of a forecast for you, but it's going to tap into some global events also. So we see the sun opposite Mars. We see moon sextiling. I said Aquarius, but I'm pretty sure I meant Uranus. Moon trines Neptune. Moon conjuncts Mars. Venus and Saturn conjunct. A lot of aspects around this full moon. Some of them are weak aspects, but a lot of aspects. So with all those aspects, this is really, with the higher energy, the full moon really adds to the changes. Like a lot of aspects mean a lot of change and a lot of energy, basically. And what did I write down? Changes the structures of our lives as well as the world around us. So all these aspects, this Aquarian energy, changes a lot of the structures in our life. So don't be surprised if the people in your life change, if things suddenly change around your work or certain protocols that you're doing. I think this isn't one of the top 5, so this is like an addition. I think health comes up a lot. So I think on some levels there's more healing, on other levels, and it depends on different people, obviously, but I think on other levels there's more like things coming to the surface that may be out of balance health-wise, so you can look at it and deal with it and heal it. And a lot of our health issues are connected to like suppressed traumas and dramas and our thought processes and our emotional tendencies. And that changes our vibration. It changes the hormones in the body, and it affects our health also. So I think we really start to get a sense of that and really kind of look into that. No, oh, Alaska. Hi, Alaska. If somebody just chimed in. Oh, hi, Barefoot in Alaska. You're not way late. You're only a few minutes late, but welcome. Um, so a lot of these aspects. So let's dive in to the five things that I have on. Oh, okay. I have a few more notes. So all the changes, the structures in your life in the world, that can include relationships, jobs. You may feel more of a call to service. That's that 24/6 energy. That's the degree point of this full moon. And it activates water. So intuition, it's in the sign Cancer. That's where the moon's rulership also. Very activating for the water. So keep an eye on water, floods, tsunamis, not to be doom and gloom or anything or about stuff like that. And it's interesting because on a few of my predictions and live streams leading up to this month, I always, or a few times I talked about LA being on high alert, and I wasn't necessarily seeing the fire. I have to be honest, because this is about integrity. So I'm always in my integrity. So no, I did not psychically predict there's going to be a big fire in LA. However, I did see an earthquake, and I did see a lot of rescue people around LA, and there may still be an earthquake. I hope not, but I may have been cross-referencing that. And there's another thing. Oh yeah, and you guys know that have been following my work, that I've been talking about this winter there being a lot of fires out west, like more than usual off-season fires. So anyway, the energy was there. In a way, I'm almost kicking myself for not getting more specific with that. But hindsight's 2020, right? We only pick up what we can pick up on. But the point being is that we did give a lot of information to let you know. And I think you don't even need me to know that a lot of things are going to happen in the world. So anyway, what else? So activates water, intuition, visions, dreams, exposes illusions. So a lot of this will happen in your life, a lot of awakening. So on that note, let's see, where are we? So the first thing to know, end of wood dragon, maybe lots more fun. Yeah, good point, Pauline. Yeah. And hello everybody that I miss and before. So the Aquarian portal opens. Now the Aquarian season happens every year when the sun's in Aquarius, from around January 19th or 20th through February 19th, or thereabouts. This year it has so much more impact because it's the first year that Pluto's in Aquarius to stay. In 2024, went into Aquarius, it backed into Capricorn, then it went back into Aquarius. So what this Aquarian portal, this opening, it's higher energy, it's higher mind, it's new earth, golden age, if you want to call it that, the Aquarian age. I'm hearing the fifth dimension. They did the cover of the song The Age. Imagine in the 60s a group called the Fifth Dimension covering a song called This Is the Age of Aquarius. A lot of people knew back then, so they recorded that for the play Hair. I forgot who wrote the song. It wasn't them, but anyway, I'm digressing. But it accelerates spiritual awakening. All right, opens higher knowledge and wisdom. So the streams of information, more streams of information are going to penetrate the collective veils into our collective consciousness. That can come in the form of new spirit guides, new extraterrestrial guides and helpers, interdimensional beings, inner earth beings, angels, ascended masters, and all that. It's also it's a universal number. 5-day in Aquarius is also about freedom. So this is also about personal freedom. And part of that, we're going to see those that are restricting our freedom or wish to do that clamping down more. Of course, we're having a change of presidents, and that's going to change a lot, not just in the US, but it has a ripple effect around the world. Not that alone is going to create more freedom or anything, but it's going to wake a lot of people up, either on the side of notoriousness or genius or both. I don't know. But anyway, so what else? Pluto 1 degree, Uranus is sextiling the moon, trines Neptune and Pisces. So Uranus is well aspected, so it's positively aspected on this full moon also. You know, the nodes are about to change signs also. That's not in my notes, but the nodes are right on the world axis right now, and they're I forgot what date, but I think in just a couple days it's going to flip from being a north node in Aries, south node in Libra, the north node in Taurus, and south node in Scorpio. So it's right. Wait, is that the world axis? Uh, no, yeah. No, I've got that. I'm messing this up. I apologize. It's gonna go. The nodes are gonna go into Pisces and Virgo. So yeah, it's right on the world axis. They're right around 1 degrees of Libra and Aries. Now, 1 degrees of Libra is trining 1 degrees of Aquarius, where Pluto is, and 1 degree of Aries is sextiling 1 degrees of Aquarius, where Pluto is. So a lot's on the world stage. Yeah, and hello, there's going to be an inauguration. It's like a horse and pony show from where I'm sitting, and I'll talk more about this. I'm going to actually do probably Monday. I'm going to be uploading a video about the Aquarian portal and about this Aquarius season. I'm going to really dive into it, but a lot's going to be exposed. And when I talk about politics, I don't do it a lot, but I do because it's part of the world. It's part of the awakening. It's sort of the tip of the iceberg of spiritual awakening. So you're just becoming politically or aware of the ways of the world doesn't necessarily make you spiritually awakened, but because again, that's important. But I come from the perspective of one party, not two, because I see it as one party and two sides to the same, and the same masters rule over both parties. So that's why I say this is the show that we see. Behind the scenes, there's different players. Friends are enemies. Enemies are friends. We call it the little kind of charming moment of Obama and Trump together, kind of smiling and exchanging pleasantries and stuff like that. And if you read body language, that was more than just being putting aside our differences because we're of different parties, because another comrade, another ex-president died. Now you could see that they really that they know each other. You could see that familiarity. So anyway, a lot of this is going to open up. A lot's going to be exposed. So anyway, what else about the Aquarian portal opens up? That's the first thing that we need to know. Opens up new discoveries, opens up revolutionary energy. So we start to see a little bit of pushback from those that are objecting to their freedoms being taken away, and the false news and the agendas and everything. So we see more of that, or more about that. In your life, this is your call to freedom. It's that 5, it's that Aquarian energy. It's about evolution. It's about Uranus and Aquarius. It's about sudden changes and surprises. So expect the unexpected. Expect bombshells to be dropped in politics, and maybe in your personal life also. So the idea is to stay in your heart, stay in your power, to stay grounded. That way you don't get emotionally overwhelmed if challenging things happen, and that's when trouble starts. It's not what happens, it's how we react to it, basically. And people talk about their lives and they don't realize what they consider their lives is their internal dialogue and how they're reacting to the environment and things in their lives. You're not what's actually going on with them. So that's a little Eckhart Tolleism for you. But anyway, so that's it. So it's a beautiful portal of awakening, of higher knowledge, of higher connections, of opening, higher brother and sisterhood, creating positive alliances, and letting go of any of the old stuff that you don't need anymore, and really being in your power, and really being progressive in your thinking and your actions. So that's number 1. Number 2 is watch the skies. So even though the moon's actually in a water sign, the sun's actually it's not in Aquarius yet, but it's going to be in an air sign soon. So next level of extraterrestrial contact, UFO sightings. Now, when do we say? I think it was for the December psychic forecast. kept saying, watch the skies, crafts, UFOs or whatever. What happened later in the month, there were all these mysterious drones all around, basically. So sky anomalies will increase. Connections to extraterrestrials will increase. Your energy will be more expansive and more open to higher energies and higher wisdom. So you may start to tap into more of your guides also, more solar flares, etc. That was one of my predictions that I'm proud of. I'm patting myself on the back. It was the next day after I did the either the 2024 or the 2025, excuse me, or the January. I said January there's going to be a spike in solar flares. December 31st, right, the day before, there were a record number of M-class flares with 2 X-class flares within 24 hours. So we may see even more, but we are in solar maximum, so we expect this to some degree. Also, opening up to new discoveries. So we may, discover more galaxies, more undiscovered planets, more about the skies, but also about the oceans. And watch out for earthquakes, tsunami. That's very much in play with this energy that's happening right now. So watch the ocean. So we may get, things happening in the ocean. It could be discoveries, could be, more about the plastics, but I think also, we may hopefully not, and timelines can change. I can cross-reference. I'm not always right, what I'm seeing, but there could be some big waves or some big ocean activities going on. Basically, as I'm saying that, I feel like they're saying there's going to be a lot of studies of the ocean, a lot being discovered. So inner space and outer space also. But watch the skies. And what else? All right. So number 3, yeah, me too, Dan. I'm just keeping an eye on your comments. Now, tomorrow at 11 a.m. we do tarot time, and that's when I kind of open it up to you guys. I'll post a lot of your comments. As I'm doing the tarot and the divination work for the week, we kind of get into a little bit of a conversation. So that's kind of like my little fun little or our fun little community hour that we have that's been turning closer to 90 minutes lately. Well, you guys have a lot to say, and so do I. So we wind up, going a little bit over. But anyway, number 3 thing to know about this full moon energy is integrity is on high alert. There's a lot about piercing the veils of the unconscious, piercing the veils of the illusion and delusion, uncovering things. A lot more people are going to be awakening. Again, that's the theme of this Aquarian. It's been happening. We started talking about this really in 2021, and I predicted starting 2022, it's going to be a cycle of mass awakening. Now, we don't see it all, but Spirit has not disappointed, and it's really starting to even get more and more up. But we're really piercing the veils. Things about world affairs. Things that are going on with politics, with the economy, everything, with the reasons behind the wars, behind the that thing that happened in 2020 that was named after 2019, and then something that's projected to happen later in the year with an influenza. So that's part of it, but integrity. So people are going to get either caught or questioned that are out of their integrity. And you'll see that a lot in your life. And for you to be really successful during this period through Aquarius age, because this is the gateway, the opening of that portal, be in your highest integrity, whatever you're doing, whether it's your job, your relationship, your family, and the universe is going to reward high integrity. It does that anyway, but it's more focused under this energy. So it aids in shadow integration work, and again, when I do the upload on Monday about the Aquarian portal, I'll talk more about shadow integration, because we're going to a new frequency that doesn't support the old shadows that we've been carrying around in this and other lifetimes. So we really have to really double down on purging them. And it really starts by just meditating and opening and just allowing your field to open. But there's definitely some processes that we can do. And I have a whole playlist on shadow integration work, things that I did that really allowed me to be with you now, because 5 or 10 years ago, I there's no way I'd be able to get up in front of people and do this. The first negative comment I would have shut down, because those were part of my shadows. Now it's kind of like, you know, with 20,000 subscribers and counting, it's like, well, you know, your skin gets thicker. I'll put it to you that way. But anyway, age and shadow integration. 24 degrees focus. It's a 6. 24 is a 6. That's the degree point. 6 is service. It's family. It's Venus energy. So there's a little bit about love and relationships that comes with also. But you may find being more at service as part of integrity, being on high alert, donating money, donating time, just helping people, just raising your vibration. Sometimes going out, preparing your shield so you don't get attacked. I do that all the time. And then just no matter what happens, just set the intention. I'm not going to react. I'm just going to stay in my high vibes and smile at people, raise your vibrations when you're out. So the trick is when we are more of the light workers, more of like the wayshowers, we have to lead by example. It's not so much, you know, me getting on YouTube and say, do this, do that, and the other thing, and then going out and just being a miserable son of a bitch. You know, it's leading by example. That's the new earth leader is the leader that leads by example and you know, practices what they preach, basically. So that's part of being in high integrity also. And a lot of you are here, you know, following this channel and channels like this because you are new earth leaders. You're either developing it or you're already aware of it. Those of you that understand energy and frequency, that have had some level of awakening, you're the forerunners to the mass awakening, basically. So be in high integrity, changes in home structure, domestic upheaval. So these are things some of you may have to keep an eye on in your life, and end all that is not in line with integrity. All right. So hello, Bobby. Hello, Felicia. Hello, Carl. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Miss March. And all the new people that I didn't get to, thank you for being here. I love you. And again, you know, if you want to hit that subscribe button, that helps the video to get out to more people. If you want to, if you like it, be in your integrity. If you don't like what we're doing, be in integrity. Don't like it, right? So yeah, I'm practicing what I preach, right? We're in the nodes. The new sign for the nodes is North Node, Pisces, South Node, Virgo, which is going to be very interesting. That's very healing energy. That's going to be an interesting process. Yeah. So number 4, manifestation work, all full moons. Now, especially, and I didn't pray that, you know, especially, I was going to say especially something, but because we're in Cancer season, this may be more about like security, like the home, about your finances. It could also be about relationship because there's a lot of that. But this is the time, and the full moon, it peaks on the 13th because that's when it's actually full. But it's really, you know, 72 hours before, 72 hours after. That's the full moon cycle. So do your manifestation work. If you like to light candles, or if you like to do prayers, vision boards, affirmation. Now, I always recommend to do heart-brain coherence, and I may talk about that in a minute, but that's an excellent manifestation tool also. We have videos on that. In fact, we have a playlist on how to do that. But that's going to be, of this Aquarian age, that's going to be one of the go-to practices. I've been saying this in 2021. The heart-brain coherence is going to be big. And some of the spiritual scientists that I admire, like Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, and Bruce Lipton, the Three Amigos, and others. What's her name? We're really like, I can't remember. But in any event, there's others. Okay. So this is the time to really work on your manifestation. The moon's full, psychic energy strong. And the way we do that, you know, working with the heart is, you know, basically heart-brain coherence is just what it sounds. You bring your heart into vibrational coherence. The heart's stronger than the brain. The heart and the brain join, and the brain becomes vibrationally coherent also. How do you make a heart coherent? Well, a lot of you know me. A lot of you know what I'm going to say, but nothing's hard. It's very simple. Love. Hearts are coherent when they love. That's what hearts do. Hearts are incoherent when they fear, when there's anger, when there's all those other emotions. Brings your heart out of coherence because they're not of the heart. They're of the brain. They're of the subconscious, but the heart and the brain are connected. So it brings the heart out of coherence. So what you do is you feel grateful. you feel compassion. You hold that, and you feel that in your heart, feel that in your brain, in your body, and you hold that just for 10 minutes. I have other techniques around that, but that's just sort of the basic practice. Like I said, you can go to one of about a half dozen or more videos where I explain the practice more. Um, but the way it works in law of attraction is because your heart and your brain are really one. They're two sides of the same. The heart is the electromagnetic generator, right? The brain's the transmitter receiver. So what happens is if you have a vision in your mind of the future, and a vision could be what you're feeling, sensing, tasting, knowing, not just seeing, as if it's already now. You've engaged the brain in what your future. But even before you do that, you get very, very present. That way you step more into spirit. You step out of the dense physical and more into the quantum field when you just become present. I'm not a name, I'm not a body, I'm energy, frequency. So with that, I feel gratitude. That's the heart. But I feel grateful as if what I'm seeing in my mind is already real, and I'm grateful for that. And that sends a powerful signal into the field. So again, the heart is the generator. That's the energy. The mind is the transmitter and receiver of that information. So I'm seeing it if it's real now, and I'm grateful for it if it's real now. And through the power of repetition, right? I keep doing it, you're going to change the quantums, like what's going on energetically on the subatomic level, that over time is going to change the physical. It's going to change what you attract. It's going to change your life. So practice these things. That's number 4, all manifestation work. Eckhart Tolle is an amazing gift. I love his work, and I love his videos too. He has a really nice channel now also that's called Eckhart Tolle. So number 5 thing to know is changes in alliances. That's the 5th thing to know about this. Part of that Aquarian energy is finding your tribe, or if that's politically incorrect, finding your niche or your group. Basically, those that you feel aligned with. So changing your alliances. So a lot of politics and world government types of real conspiracies, we'll put it that way, you'll get revealed. That's just, I'll put this more, there, but I would keep an eye on either Netanyahu or somebody around that with some assassination thing or assassination attempt. That just popped up in my mind, but I've mentioned that before also. So we don't want to see things change because of violence. I mean, if there are war crimes, we'd like to see people, put to justice. But in any event, but what we're seeing, with changes in alliances, we're seeing this in the world landscape also. And what we see, we've been hearing now, part of the mission of the incoming president, it may not be his mission, but the mission, part of the grand plan is polarization. It's really getting people really upset, really worried, really freaked out, and then more easily controlled. So what we're seeing, some of the patterns, like, trying to absorb Canada, Mexico, Greenland. There's a ton of gold in Greenland, by the way, that's being discovered because of the melting glacier. So, there's another thing. But what we're seeing are the lines of the sand. We're seeing that New World Order agenda starting to play out this year. And we're starting to see the countries shifting their alliances. So, we're really moving towards, there's us and them. There's our side, then there's their side. So, we're starting to see those things play out. So around the world and in our lives also. So you're likely to change alliances. A lot of people get disillusioned with their spiritual groups because there's, almost always a lot of ego there, and your values change, who you align to will change. So I think you're going to really be seeing that. So full moon conjunct Mars, Venus and Saturn conjunct. So that kind of aids and abets with that. All right. So how are we doing? Oh, wow, not 90 people in live. Excellent. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Yeah, I love our soul tribe. I love this community, and I'm so grateful for you guys. Chiron is in Taurus. Thank you for that. So Chiron is certainly a player. So is Juno. So if anybody wants to flash what's happening with Juno and some of the other asteroids that are relevant, please feel free to chime in. Could you guys have knowledge that I don't have. That's why we're a community. Right now I'm playing the role of teacher and facilitator, but we're all teachers and we're all students, right? So one of the things, so we're going to go into exercises, and I'm going to go into some divination cards to see what other messages spirit can give us about these energies of this full moon. But spirit communication is very strong under this energy. And one of the ways of working with the heart and heart brain coherence is doing something called heart expansion. And the way you do that is you feel your heart, you feel very grateful, then feel your heart. You have to be present and in a meditative state. Feel your heart expanding in your chest. Feel your chest with your heart. Start to feel your body with your heart. Expand your heart into your auric fields and feel your aura with your heart. Don't try to define it. Just let yourself feel. As soon as you start to define something, you go into your personal mind, you cut off your spirit mind and the meditation, and you have to start over again or catch up with it, I should say. So you don't think about it, but this is the intention. You can set an intention while staying present. You do have the ability to do that. So you just set the intention and then feel around your body, start to feel with your heart, feel the furniture in your room, feel the walls, feel the ceiling, feel the floor, feel everything, but feel the energy. And without thinking, and you may think you're making it up because you may not get, again, you're not in your conscious mind, and we're comfortable with that which we can wrap our brain around. You can't wrap your brain around it. You have to trust what you get, even if it's very subtle. Once you open your heart and you're there, where's the spirit? Just open up and you'll feel or get a sense or an intuition. Like right now, there's one, right? It's my father. Yeah, I just got that. And my mom too. My parents are with me now, but they were right to my right here. So I feel that. And then once that happened, what I do is I allow my heart to wrap around that spirit energy, bring it closer, and see what I feel. Maybe I'll get an image, maybe I'll get some words, maybe I'll get a clear knowing, a smell, a touch. But this is a time because a lot of us are opening to these higher realms. It's not always going to be dead people. And when you set your intention, energy flows where attention goes. Yeah, that's the observer effect in quantum physics. Subatomic particles, or some of them, behave differently when there's an observer than when there isn't. So we just place our focus. So if you rather work with angels, or directly with God or source energy, or with spirit guides, set those intentions. That's what I want to pick up on, maybe before you go into it. But then once you get that, get the message, and keep practicing. Practice makes. They also saying strengthen the heart. So do the heart brain coherence work. Also the nervous, particularly the vagus nervous system. So things like EFT tapping exercises. They're doing yoga or qigong because they want us to do a lot of breath work, especially like the exhale, because that helps to clear energies. And they wanted me to teach you the flame technique again. We did that. We've done that a couple of other times. And there's different variations of the flame technique. This is one of my flame techniques. You can do this with a live flame or a crystal, so take your choice. But we're all connected, right? That's a given. We're part of a consciousness field. We're all part of that. But we have the ability to isolate ourselves from that to some degree, to step out of that collective, especially the crazy part of it. And one way to do that, and with all that's going on, one of the reasons they're talking about the vagus nerve doing the tapping, doing the breathing exercises, the heart brain coherence, is because between the frequencies that are constantly building and increasing, so there's more energy that flows through us that affects every cell in our body as well as the space around our body. Add to that, there's more stress in the world. Our nervous systems can really take a hit. And a lot of people are going crazy now because of it. So it can be really very intense. I'll put it that way. But if you do these things, that'll help you to, firstly, to strengthen your nervous system, to strengthen your fields, and be able to withstand this higher energy and all the stress. But sometimes you just need to step out of it. I do this every day myself. So it's very simple. You just take a candle like this one, and you'll have it in front of me, and I'll get relaxed, to get present, and open my heart. So I'm present in my mind and heart, presence of mind, blending the heart and the brain into coherence. I'll gaze into that point of the flame right above the wick where it's bright. I'm not staring, because staring sort of implies like effort. So it's like a focused gaze. I'm gazing right into the center of that flame. So it's a focused gaze. And then I'm just gazing, I'm relaxing, I'm breathing, I'm feeling my shoulders relax, my chin and cheeks relax, and my forehead relax. If you can relax these two principal tension points of the body, the rest of your body is going to relax, especially if you're present and you're in your breath. So I'm doing that. I'm gazing to the flame. I'm feeling the energy of the fire, or a crystal. You could use a crystal also. I think this is my healing, self-healing crystal. So I use this one sometimes also. So you can, and in my mind, I step into the flame and I feel the flame around me, and that kinetic energy of the fire, or that powerful vibration of the crystal, creates a field around me that keeps the negative part of the lower aspect of the collective, the lower 3D and 4D. It gives me a separation from that. And I think we need to do that from time to time, even if you're not a YouTuber and are dealing with the public all the time, that. And yeah, and thank you, flowers. Keep up with your nutrition. Vitamin B12, that's very good for the vagus nerves, right? I might be mistaken. Severe trauma, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's other things you do working with the chakra system. I've had a lot, because I never could speak up when I was younger, so I've had a lot of throat chakra blockages, and I realized, thanks to the master teachers doing the voice channeling, the Tony and the light language, they literally taught me how to sing, basically. And I'm a little old to go professional, but I don't have a bad singing voice. I'm like, wow. I always thought that I sucked. But anyway, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm just kind of gauging a huge B12 essential. I have I do easily absorbable vitamins. I take care of that also, because I don't eat meat. So if you're not a meat eater, your need for B12 may be a little bit more than people that do eat meat. So anyway, that's it for that. So let's just have a little fun and do some divination cards also. So anybody that came in late, when we end, we're going to go right back into the beginning. We're going to do a whole video. I'm going to upload it on Monday about what the Aquarian portal is, and some additional exercises to really step into and take advantage of this time, and things that we should be doing to stay safe as the world is changing and all that stuff. So I'm going to get it all very succinct, and probably about a 10-minute video or so. So I get it very succinct and give you more information then. I don't know exactly when I'm going to upload it. It's going to be a non-edit video, so whenever I do it, it'll happen. But I picked up my medicine cards. Let's see what the animal kingdom has to say. Lindsay lives in the spirit realm. So when you ground, that brings the spirit world into the earth vibration. So keep practicing your grounding. Rooting is an excellent grounding technique. Kind of make like a tree, basically. So I feel the roots coming from my sacrum, from my root chakra, through my feet to the earth star chakra, deep into the earth. Then I feel my upper roots, which are my branches, grounded to infinity, or into the cosmos. But mainly I'm grounding to the earth. That's, yeah, thanks for who's that, Flowers or Lindsay? Thanks for bringing that up, because that's hugely important, and it wasn't in my notes. So that's what I say. You guys have good ideas also. Thank you so much, because we need to be grounded. The deep-rooted trees don't blow down in the storms. I use this analogy all the time because I live in the Catskills. We have white pine trees around us. White pines are the first trees that go down in the storms because their root systems are shallow. The birches are like iron. They have strong, deep roots. Yeah, you need literally need a hurricane or a tornado to blow down a birch tree, basically. So when you run your roots deep, you can withstand the storms, but withstand the storms in a way that you're aware. It's not like you're putting your head in the sand and not being aware of anything. You want to be aware. You just want to be able to handle that. We want to be empath. That's a superpower, but we don't want to be overwhelmed by all this energy. So grounding is really, really going to help you with that. Do that every day. Earth, I need to be a little bit more brave because as far as barefoot earthing, I don't do that in the winter, and I should. I've walked on hot coals. It's like, what's wrong with me? I can walk on snow if I can walk on hot coals, right? It's all mind over matter, anyways. CoQ10, yes, very good. So yeah, keep giving us nutritional advice. It's really good. One thing that I've been taking that's really good. Well, it's bioflavonoids in general, like resveratrol and those things. And the diet that I do, I don't do sugar anymore, and I have much less brain fog because of it. And I developed very bad hives after from long COVID that I still have, but doing this diet, it doesn't bother me so much anymore. And it's like I can eat berries, strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries specifically because they're very high in bioflavonoids, and I'm allowed to have small yams too, but I can have honey, rice syrup, anything, and I'm supposed to keep the grains very low and the simple carbohydrates very low also, and it's anti-inflammatory. Everything's trying to inflame our organs and our bodies, basically. And if you go on anti-inflammatory and you kind of alkalize the system, chances are very good you'll never get cancer if you have that. I mean, we don't know for sure, but you're certainly reducing your odds. You're lessening your autoimmune, whatever, symptoms like that. And if you want to do the full 9, do some leaky gut cleansing also. Lots of bone broth, quercetin, L-glutamine, coconut products, no legumes, no grains, and definitely no gluten. All right, so from the medicine card, so this is just really the North American animal kingdom. I need to clear my mind a second. Get me to my card. This one, found it. Or our card, I should say my card. A crow. Wow, I love the crows. We have murders of crows all the time around here. So anyway, crows about law. What is this? This is number 24. So that's my birth number. And funny, this is a 24-degree full moon also. Crows about law, karmic law, physical law. All birds are messengers from spirit. It has a very mahat, or is it mat, or mahat, or ma'at? Very ma'at energy. That's like the Egyptian bird god, probably a crow. That's about justice and law and stuff like that. I happen to have my medicine cards book as well. Oh, well, that's my birth date. So my birth date's your lucky number. That's beautiful. I don't think I think I have this one down, but I just want to check this anyways. Awesome. Crow is law. Yes. There's a medicine story that tells Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it. Well, certainly that could be about shadow work too. It's a crow, right? She kept, black. She kept looking at it, scratching, pecking at it until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then Crow's shadow ate her. Crow is dead crow now. Dead crow is the left-handed guardian. If you look deeply into Crow's eyes, you will have found the gateway to the supernatural. Crow knows the unknowable mysteries of creation and is the keeper of all sacred law. And of course, the crow's cousin is the raven. So there's definitely a connection with magic and mystery as well. So that's a good one. So that's a good message. So be cognizant of the different laws: spiritual law, karmic law. Some of us may have to deal with some legal issues or whatever, but I think it's more about spiritual law and about understanding the shadow side of things, that within the shadow there's light, and within the light there's shadow or void. That's the yin yang symbol. So find the light. This is what I'm hearing is, within your shadow aspects, whether it's shadow integration work or just shadows or the void in general, find the light in that, and then you'll have the key to clear like negative traumas from your life, from your karmic past, because that's law, karmic law, from your ancestry and all that. So work with crow medicine is what I'm hearing with that. And they like shiny things. Thank you. Master foragers. Yeah, they'll eat just about anything too, right? So hi, Mr. Floyd. Hi, Josh. So that's the crow energy there. We have our frequency. I have 4 divination decks. Oh, it'll be close to an hour. Like, as chatty as I am, good luck with short live streams. But some of my uploads, I'm very succinct and to the point. If you don't want to sit down for an hour with me, those are much shorter. But anyway, so this is the Sacred Geometry deck or Oracle cards. This is the one they want. No, this one. No, this one. Yeah. Crown chakra. Okay, so interesting. 7. So I guess I work with the crown. With the crown, we root into spirit. That's kind of the way I look at it. So it's like, if you look at the trees, the roots almost look like branches underground, right? And then there's the stem, that's our body, or the bark, or trunk. I'm sorry. And then from the top are the branches and the leaves and all that. So I think with this Aquarian energy, there's a lot of crown chakra openings. And I'm going to do a transmission on Monday on the full moon with the master teachers, and maybe one of the archangels, that we're really going to step into the Aquarian portal, because this is the gateway to the Aquarius season, which is going to have far more significance than most, if not all, the Aquarius season, because that happens every year of our lifetimes. So we're going to work with some of these principles that we're talking about now, but really learning how to step into that. But I feel like what they're telling me is that to do some crown chakra activations also, because then we were able to receive the downloads directly from spirit through the crown chakra. And what it says is the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into the light. So that's another thing. When you do the shadow work and you bring energy through the crown chakra into the shadow, shine that light of awareness through your crown, the spiritual light. And then when you shine a light on shadows, there's no more shadow anymore, because it gets integrated into the light. So shadow work is not about losing your shadows, it's about integrating your shadows. They become your power, they become your best teachers, and they become your foundation and springboard for spiritual awakening, basically. So you can also gaze in the middle and just kind of absorb the energies of the sacred geometry as well. All right, so we have to do moonology, right? Because it's a full moon. So I have the moonology cards here also. I like hawks too, Karen. Yes. Purple and gold, very regal. Yes. That's part of the one of the exercise that I do. I'll do you visualize with my breathing exercises, golden light when I'm bringing the earth energy up, and then violet light when I'm bringing it down, and the violet light wraps around the golden lights. The gold's around me, the violet light's around that, and then I'm very much in my power and very safe from any negative energies or harmful energies. So yeah, gold and purple, right? Very regal. Is that like a Bad Company song, like a Paul Rogers song, or is it gold, silver, and purple? I forgot the name of that song. Anyway, so clearing my mind. So even though it's the full moon in Cancer, part of the energy that they're saying is the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. That's a good message. So I think this is just sort of backing up some of the stuff we're saying. Aquarius energy, Aquarius is sudden change. It's very powerful. It can be very unexpected. And what happens with the eclipses for a blip in time, the shadow blocks the light, so you get a chance to look at the shadows, and the light's going to return very, very soon after that. So expect powerful change. That's another message. So I think a lot of us are going to have really powerful changes in the next few weeks to a couple of months or so. We have a very interesting new moon coming up also, by the way, towards the end of the month. We'll talk about that later. Last but not least, I have my Starseed Oracle deck. Rainbow's overdue, yeah. coyotes, bobcats. We have all that here too. We have wolves here in the Catskills also. Mountain lions and wolves. I think it was 2010 that they released a handful of Alaskan gray wolves in the Catskills. I didn't even know that until 2016, I think it was, 2017. A wolf visited me in my house. It's cool. It looked like, at first it looked like a very shaggy, large husky. So I realized, the face, was a wolf face, and the legs were long, and the fur was very matted. So anyway, that was my one of my totems, I guess, one of my spirit guides. So the wolves are here. Wolves are teachers. Coyotes are tricksters, but they're teachers also. What else? Hawks are hawk eyes, right? So that's vision. And yeah. All right, clearing my mind. Oh, interesting. Perspective. Look at this. This is the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, my camera's like a little shadow here. Speaking of shadows, right? All right, let me see this. So that's interesting. It looks like a faraway moon. That's very interesting. The little caption is, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So basically take a broader view. Zooming out means that you're basically taking a broader perspective, and rather than focusing on one thing and knowing that the little things don't matter. It's just how they all add up, basically. And I think this part of this full moon energy is not to really focus so much on this is wrong or that's wrong or whatever, rather zoom out. Then you see the big picture, you see how everything fits in. And at the end of the day, everything's a teacher. Even our worst challenges, our worst nightmares can wind up being our best teachers down the road. So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. So again, tomorrow, 11 a.m. tarot time. That's more of our community time. So we'll be talking about whatever things you want to talk about while I'm doing the divination work for the week. So we get a heads up on the energies of the week. Monday we'll do the transmission, the Aquarian Gateway portal transmission. That's going to be very, very powerful and help us to ground these very high energies into our personal experiences, to be able to transmute them into our awakening, basically. So we're going to do that on Monday. So if you guys can join us, that's great. I work with the master teachers. They are able to channel interdimensional frequencies that are that vibrate in our cellular, our nervous system, and in our energetic fields, and start to activate and awaken dormant DNA. So it's very powerful work. A lot of you do this and can attest to that. So we're going to do that on Monday. And on that note, if you want to dive deeper in anything that we do, including Frequency Channel, check me out on Patreon. It's called Spirit Mind Family. $5 a month. You get 2 powerful transmissions per month. So it sort of builds on it. We have exclusive videos, meditation I don't share anywhere else, things like that. So that's kind of our inner core. A lot of you are in that already, and we thank you for that. Peptides, yes, thank you. Look into peptides. There's a lot of these medicines that are suppressed that are very powerful. And I think that's all part of this Aquarian energy, to bring a lot of this stuff out into the open. Massive scientific breakthroughs all year, medical breakthroughs, and also starting to integrate some of these natural remedies, these frequency medicine. Maybe we'll even start to see the med beds. So far they've been more of a phantom from what I'm seeing. I know they're real, but all this stuff is happening. So anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Look in the methylene blue. All right. So Josh saying, look in the methylene blue. So 7 Eastern on Monday is when we're going to be doing the transmission. 11 Eastern Sunday is when we're doing tarot time. So again, thanks everybody for being here. I love you, and we shall see you at the next video. And again, like, comment. If you want to see more of the Medium channel videos come up on your home page, subscribe to the channel, then YouTube directs more of our videos to you. All right, love you guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, Bobby, and everybody. Thank you. Lindsay, Christina, Mary, all you guys, Anna, I love you all. Thanks for being here. Karen, thank you. Josh, of course, Millie.